Welcome to Fade's Love Zone. I've got some lotion. Why don't you sit down and we'll get started with Arvin Armani with Geek 69. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Arvin Armani with Geek 69. I don't know why it's called that, but let's go with it. All right, so I like this. It's got a good bounce to it. Very good bounce. The drums are on point. At first I thought it was a bass line you have, but then I realized it's an 808. And it's good, but it does carry a bit, like carries on a bit and stuff. And that's one of the downsides of the 808, but overall, though, it is good, though. And I do like those little keys, bells that you have coming in and all that. Although it is a little bit quiet in the mix, it could be a little louder. But then again, I'm just thinking also, if you have, let's say you bring in some vocals on this, like a rapper or something, an acapella, then obviously you don't want to drown out those keys or whatever. So maybe bring them up just a bit, but that's only really, if you're going to bring in some vocals. And I do think, though, that you are missing something. It's a very good beat. I just think that there's something that could be added to it. Then again, you only submitted, what is this, like a minute and 12 seconds or something. So, but let's say, for example, the first thing that popped in my head was to add some horns to this. Not like a big horn section or like a big loop or something. Just little spots here and there in the beat. Just bring in some horns, just to accentuate everything, just kind of bring some more life to it or whatever. So, but that's about it, really. The rest is really dope, though. I like it. It's a nice mood, the whole beat. And yeah, all right. So next up, we've got DJ Nwazi with Rick Ross. Let's check it out. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so that was DJ Nwazi with Rick Ross. So for this one, I like the horns. I like where you're going with this beat. I do like the hi-hats actually a lot because the way you're playing with it, it's just some nice rolls on it and stuff. Like you didn't just have a loop, like you just really like it made a difference with the hi-hats, the way you had it and stuff. And the drums could have a little more life to them, but still, it fits really well with what you have. I think there's a couple of things though. Number one is the lack of a bass line. Like I was really expecting a bass line to drop in. So that's something you should check out really because you have a nice beat right there. I just think that with a bass line underneath all that, it would really bring a lot more life to it. So right now, because everything just sounds kind of thin right now, like the whole mix. So adding a bass line will definitely make a big difference. And the other thing too is the horns, even though they're really good, I think that you could just kind of give it a break about halfway through, like just ease up off the horns a bit because you just have them going all the way through. So those are only two things really. It's just the horns, just to chill on those a bit and to add a bass line. But overall, it's good. I like it, especially with those hi hats. Yeah, it was good. Good job on that. But yeah, add a bass line. Definitely add a bass line, and it'll make it a lot better. All right. So next up, we got Jody Curtis with Anticipation. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Jody Curtis with Anticipation. All right, so this beat's really dope. I mean, it's a nice mix. I like what you did with the whole thing, really. I mean, it's just really dope. It's a good example of how to use the 808, especially because, a lot of times 808, it's overused. It's like it's too loud in the mix or whatever. So, this is a perfect example of how to use the 808. It just sits well in the mix. It's not overwhelming or anything like that. So good job on that. But yeah, overall the mix is really good. And the piano is beautiful, really good. And it sounds like, I guess it's a beat tag you have. At first I wasn't too sure, but does it say Get Money or Kid Money? I don't know. I just curious what it says. But anyway, yeah, everything sounds really good. I can definitely hear an MC on top of this. The only thing I just wanted to know was when you have the part when you take out the drums and it sounds like kind of like a snare hand clap or something. This kind of threw me off because I thought there was maybe kind of like a mistake. It sounded like because it doesn't sound like the regular snare you have in there with the kick. So just curious to what you have there. But overall, it's a dope beat. I like it, and very smooth. All right, so next up we've got Serratos with Toy Piano. Let's check it out. Alright. Okay, so that was Seratos with Toy Piano. Now, I know why you call it Toy Piano, because you got Toy Piano in there, and it does sound really, really good. I like it. I really like what you did with the drums, that you have like these little things going on, like a couple of snare rolls and the hi-hat in and out and stuff. And also with the bass, at first I thought it was the kick, but it was the bass where you have like a little swoosh wobble thing going on. And it's little things like that make a big difference, you know. Like I guess the average listener's not going to really notice stuff like that, but it's there, you know. Like they're going to feel it, they're going to know. Yeah, overall it's a really good beat. I like it. It's just that I was expecting about halfway through to have like some sort of change up, you know, like or I shouldn't say change. Well, I mean, kind of like a bridge to go into your hook, because I know you got your hook and everything, but it's just because of the piano, it's the same thing over and over, right? The loop. So I was just expecting some sort of little bridge, like to give the piano a break. So some other sort of lead to come in to just kind of take over for the piano for a few bars, and then you go into your hook, you know. So just something like that, like halfway through, you know. But it's not necessary, but to me it would make a difference, you know. But that's just me being picky. But anyway, yeah, it's a dope beat. I like it. Yeah. All right. Okay, next up we got the last beat. It's the Sire Beats would Be My Guest. Let's check it out. Alright. Okay, so that was the Sire Beats would Be My Guest. I'm sure I've heard this beat before. I'm sure you sent it in somewhere. I don't know if it was here or some other battle or something. I can't remember anyway. But yeah, I like it. It's a dope beat. It's just the thing is that first of all, the drums are good. They complement the piano because the piano is really, really dope. And I like that you have those little keys thrown in there here and there and stuff. I think the only thing really is the bass line. That's the issue, because this sounds like something I would do, you know, and especially with the bass line, I'm listening to it, and it just sounds like, don't take this the wrong way. It's just that it just sounds like it's all over the place, you know, and it's exactly what I used to do. Is that I would just do just play with the keys just to kind of accentuate at the end of the 4-bar loop and then come back around type of thing. So since then, I've just been a lot more conservative with the way I do my bass lines, you know, like I just do some strict notes, you know, just on certain points, you know, and then I'll add to it as needed. So, you know what I mean? It's the first bar, then in the third bar, then the fourth bar, then at the end you just add a little, accentuate it a bit or something, and then you come back around, something like that, you know. But then it doesn't have to be all busy and stuff, you know. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know. So in this case, it's just because you have the way your drums are, the piano, it just sounds like there's some spots where the bass line's just sitting by itself, but it's busy when it doesn't need to be, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, it's no big deal, but yeah, I just think that it just needs to be tightened up a bit, that's all, the bass line. But overall, the piano is really, really dope. That's what makes this beat really shine, and it's a really good loop. The drums complement it nicely, but yeah, it's just the bass line, man. Just tighten that up, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Keep sending your beats in. I'll keep reviewing them. And my favorite bit is, the winner is, drum roll please. Jody Curtis with Anticipation. Let's check it out.